Okay. So, we're gonna take a look at this. Okay. Now, Santa Maria is the or actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let me there got a little bit of a proper intro here. So we're gonna take a look at a live stream that Santa Maria, aka Andrew, which was the previous partner manager for Kick, did on stream. We're gonna see what he said on stream here, see if there's more information, more news and stuff like that about Kick, and any more updates. So we're gonna go take a look at that right now. Who did your animations? All my stuff, all my art stuff for the most part is actually all my art stuff now is from Fiverr. Besides this overlay, this my webcam overlay is not from Fiverr, but yeah. All right, let's take a look here. Now, I don't. I'm not gonna make this full screen because I want to read the chat. I want to see what people are saying. So I'm curious. See what happens here.
Going live, going live.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Want to go out? Go out? Bro, that puppy, man, is just unreal, dude. Takes 2 steps on the deck and then just peace. Like, bro, can you at least like step off the deck, man? Are you kidding me? Okay. All right, here we go. Let's continue. Let's see what he says. I'm very curious. He always, every time he does this kind of stuff, he's got a stream in the background too. A Kick stream.
What's up, guys? Andrew Santa Maria just firing up the stream.
It's hard being so little.
What's going on out there?
Enjoy it while he's still a pup. Yeah.
How we feeling today?
How's the volume, by the way?
How we feeling today? Sweet, sweet, sweet. We got people rolling in. Good deal.
Good.
What's up?
Louder, please. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
You gotta wait
we
till
did
he.
a little test stream yesterday.
Yeah, wait till he
so
speaks a little bit more.
Popping by, saying, "Hey,
Isn't
are we doing good?"
old? Wait, you can't
good,
click on names on VOD. Okay.
Is everything sounding good on my end? I don't.
He is quiet.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So anyway,
all right.
Thanks for hopping on my first live stream on the Kick. Really appreciate it.
That is true. This is his first live stream on Kick.
Exciting stuff cooking. A lot of stuff going on. Just want to check in with everyone and give you some updates. Let you guys ask some questions. Yeah, just dive in. Denny, what's up? Hey, man, that bar crawl thing was on point, man. It was beautiful. Got so many compliments from like bar owners and stuff when I would pull it up, and they were
I
like,
couldn't go. Unlucky.
So you're gonna have a bar crawl. What's kick.com? And I was like, let me just pull up the link. I would pull up the link, and it had like 80,000 views on it, right? And then their eyes would light up, and they're like, oh, all right. And then that night at DreamHack, we just totally took it over.
Yeah.
So Denny, big props on that artwork, man. Just Sweden. I think they got one in Spain. Out to DreamHack. We need DreamHack Mexico list, but not ignoring you. Get out the gate is so I got a new role.
Okay.
Here
we go. We're starting.
Kick is growing.
Okay.
It's still very much a startup. We're still very much getting all the infrastructure up. Still very much getting all the bells and whistles going. Obviously trying to get out of version 2. Trying to get the Kick Creator Incentive Program up and running. Trying to get the API out.
Right.
But, you know, there's other infrastructure, right? Like trust and safety. You know, all the support mods that are coming in. The team featured folks.
Mod team featured. I have seen an increase in them.
It's looking really strong here at Kick.
Is that a lost t-shirt?
I'm going to be able to do more things.
Wait, I'm pretty sure that's lost merch, if I'm not mistaken. As a streamer.
Right now, I open everything from a support ticket report when the site is down or when chat is being eaten up, um, or helping out in redlining a contract.
Okay.
Um, but now I get to try the things, do more things. So right now I'm the head of strategic partnerships for anyone who doesn't know, but my new role is going to be streaming experience lead, and this is something that is
I wonder.
big time in my heart.
I wonder what that means though. Streaming experience lead. I'm very curious to see um what that means exactly. I think it means that he is just like overlooking the entire experience of live streaming. Okay, so basically, I don't know if this is from the viewer perspective as well. It might include the viewer perspective, but the live streamer perspective as well. Like, what is the experience like for both viewers and streamers on Kick? And he kind of looks over that, is my understanding of this role title, but I could be wrong.
Something that I love doing over at E League when I used to work for Turner Studios, and then over at Twitch and Amazon. I just loved getting in chat. I love asking people's questions. I always shied away from like the marketing meetings. I always shied away from
I gotta let the dogs in
lawyer
too
talk
in a
and
little
all that
bit.
stuff. I just wanted to hear from the creators directly. So this new role, the streaming experience lead, I'm really excited about because it lets me get more on the ground, lets me go to more things like DreamHack, lets me still talk with a lot of industry leading professionals, but I get to retrofit everything through the creator's lens. So that's the first big thing, is that I'm moving from head of strategic partnerships to streaming experience lead, which for me,
Okay, to me, before he continues here, to me, I don't, I honestly don't know how much difference there's gonna be, right? I don't know how much difference there's gonna be, what this role is compared to like what he's doing now. I'm not quite sure exactly how much different it's gonna be. So I'm curious. Plus, I'm curious to see who takes over his spot too, right? Like I'm curious to see who takes over his spot, you know?
is definitely a step up. Um, and it's just nicer because it means that our team's growing and
Watch the whole
people are
VOD.
taking on the responsibilities that I
I
want to
might, I don't know
have,
yet. We'll see.
and just Kick is growing more.
The parts that aren't really like relevant at all, I'm gonna skip through, of course.
So the health of Kick is crazy strong. What's up, Dubs? What's up, Majin? Shaka, how you doing? Good to see you. Grayson, thank you. Yep, new role. We're still getting things up and rolling. So I'm going to have my hands in a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But the streaming lead really allows me to do more things like this, right? Go live on a stream, ask you guys questions, really figure out what.
So he's basically doing the Dan Clancy of Kick, right? Because Dan Clancy again is CEO or whatever of Twitch, right? And he goes live on stream and he just kind of chills and you know does whatever. He streams, he kind of chills and whatnot, right? So he's basically going to do that same thing. Now Eddie does do a sort of thing like that, but it's not as much of a level as this. So Andrew's basically going to be like the Dan Clancy of Kick. Okay. No, I just finished watching the whole VOD. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, hey, listen, next time you should know that like I watch this stuff too, and I watch it all on stream. So like yeah, you should know in case you wanted to like save it until I review it as well. But that's again, it's completely up to you. Plus, this is also a VOD that I upload to my VODs channel too. So yeah.
What the temperature
In case
is
you missed it on the stream.
on Kick.
Hit the gritty real quick.
That's a great new role. Thank
This
you.
is when I tuned in.
Yeah, so what does that mean with our partners, right? Like, I'm still going to be very active with the Kick Creator Incentive Program. Still leading that, still heading that up.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a good segue to what Eddie announced this morning, right? really early. We made sure to
Yep.
get that
Crap.
nice and early out. So you see that we're
I will say they did get it nice and early out because it was posted like 30 minutes or 30 minutes to an hour before I woke up. So that was
doing
really
the
good.
soft rollout, right? So go back to Eddie's blog on Medium where he said we were going to be rolling this out on January 1st.
Yeah.
Just because there's not a ticker tape parade, we're still working behind the scenes. And the idea with the Kit Creator Incentive Program soft launch is to make sure that the dashboard is cooking.
Yeah, they want to make sure the dashboard's all set, not a lot of bugs.
And then we're going to slowly start. Oh, let's see if we come back up, guys.
Yeah, he died, then he came back.
So yeah, a little bit about the Kit Creator Incentive Program.
I didn't want to send an email. You're
Eddie's
good,
baby,
dude. What up, Vel?
Eddie's lead. Eddie is the visionary on that whole program. The idea to give in a program to incentivize a streamer to come over to Kick.
How's the volume, by the way? Volume good?
Their creative currency. So really excited about that.
I'm gonna let the dogs in, but I can still hear. So
we're just rolling it out. We made a big splash with phase 1, big splash with phase 2, big splash with phase 3, and we're coming for everyone. And we said that a long time ago. If you're here, you're grinding, you got your head right with Kick, we see it. And I promise you we're coming for you. As far as the metrics go, I mean, you can catch that on the kickcommunity.com page under the Kick Creator Incentive Program, the latest article there. You'll see two different sets of metrics. You know, one for just chatting, gaming, you know, the more traditional streams. And then the other one's going to be for artists, musicians.
The Australian Shepherd's being moody.
So we're still tracking in that direction.
Okay.
You've been well? Yeah.
Yeah, so just talk about the requirements and how those kind of are. Yeah.
All right. Or it just keeps doing you wrong. So anyone that you see doing the hype train, ABAB's programmed that whole thing. He saw a need for within the community for a hype train, and he just built one, among a lot of other great tools. But he's also looks like he's rebranding from what I've seen on social media. So he's just trying to follow.
Listen, ABAB stuff is good, and I don't know if he's here, but regardless, ABAB stuff is good. However, when I delete or ban if I delete a chat message or ban a user, it doesn't remove from my on-screen overlay. I hate that. I hate it. Dude, there's like, come on. Like, come on, dude. It has ruined so many clips, so many VODs. It damages everything of my content a lot, man. It hurts a lot because it doesn't delete. Because it doesn't delete on screen. And that's just an ABAB's overlay thing, dude. It sucks. But I don't know. The thing is, if I switch to a different thing, right? If I switch to a different overlay, it's not gonna have like these chat badges and stuff, right? Or at least as good of the chat badges and stuff. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. Yo, I don't know what that, try to keep it English though. Try to keep it English because I don't know what that says. Oh, it says hello. Okay, yeah, try to keep it English though. I appreciate it. The welcome kick looks very nice and hopefully will become a Twitch competitor. I mean, it already is a Twitch competitor. Yeah, it already is a Twitch competitor pretty much. So yeah. It sits on screen and it's so crappy. I agree. I love ABAB stuff, but like, dude, and I've told him about it. I'm like, yo, hey, I love your stuff, but like, this is a major problem. And his response was that it wasn't a high priority. He wanted to spend more time developing new products, new features and stuff, rather than spend time on developing that. I was like, okay. I guess I got to deal with it because I got to deal with it until API or somebody makes one that's a lot better. But Kicklit has it, but it doesn't have like, there's some customized stuff that's missing on it. But yeah, I love in the VOD when it F skips right back to the action. That's true. Wait, how many times did it
logo.
stream F?
You should talk to Denny, man.
What I
Or
missed? I was on
Xbox.
bathroom break. I don't know. No bathroom
Those
break.
guys do amazing
You gotta
work.
you gotta clock out before you do bathroom break. Okay, clock
Lumi,
back
what's
in when you
up?
come back. Okay.
Good to see you. Oh, screenshot. I'm gonna screenshot that real quick. Good to see y'all. I am now the streaming experience lead, which means I get to hone in on the stuff that I really love to do, and that's the great thing about coming in on a startup is that you get to touch every department as the infrastructures come up, but then you get to start honing
This
in
ain't
on the stuff
China,
that you love.
bud.
And I absolutely love
3 times or so, maybe
watching
2.
all y'all guys stream.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm diving in. It allows me to do more things like this. And then when I talk with people within the industry, I'm talking through your perspective, your lens. What's up, Extreme? Good to see you in here. Thanks for coming in. Cool Schmo, good to see you.
You better do some like.
Pulling guys. We're working with a handful of creators to punch holes in the dashboard UI, but it's looking really good. And then we'll start rolling that out to our phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3.
You won't. Oh, by the way, if you're here interested in Kick 2.0, you're not gonna hear it. You're not gonna hear anything about Kick 2.0. I don't believe he stays away from talking about a lot of stuff development wise, right? He stays right away from it as much as possible. So you won't hear pretty much anything about Kick 2.0. Besides it's coming and they're working on it. It's basically all he'll say. He won't say anything else. Just in case you're curious. Andrew reminds me of Michael Scott meme. But, not knowing what he's doing.
Guys, this is the time to start getting in. And for whoever started grinding with us like 2, 3, 4 months ago and you felt overlooked, we're coming for you. Razor Red, what? Thank you so much. Screenshot, and you screenshot over there, guys. Jeremy Worst, Razor Red. I don't know if any of you guys saw.
Let's talk about niche requirements.
Glass. Metz comes over here and makes some beautiful glass work, beautiful bongs. But that in itself is amazing artwork. But I remember firing up over here and Jeremy was cooking and Metz was cooking, and then Razor Red started coming around. But our art scene's looking strong. Our music scene's starting to look strong. So just so many great people in here. Thank you.
Andrew and Eddie.
What else I got?
I know he works with small streamers
big
only.
thing
It's
that I
fine.
really
I
wanna
like
talk
Kick. Has a good
To
community.
you all about is I've been teasing a lot about bringing an IP over here and producing a show.
Okay.
My background is
Let me go see if I can get the Australian Shepherd in 1 second, and then we're gonna continue. I'm interested in this. All right, here we go. I'm very interested in this. Let's see.
is as a writer, is as a producer, is as an executive producer, and I came up in Hollywood. I came up in television. I came up in movies.
So he's talking about productions. He's been talking about productions a
and then
lot.
I started
He has.
falling in love with live streaming when I started working for E-League over at Turner. But the more that live streaming evolved, I was like, hell, a community who's really savvy about an IP could start weighing in on scripting, casting, production design, things of that nature.
Yo, type 1 in chat if I should be a cast member for one of the shows.
And I really want to start a production model that works with a community to execute on an IP that they love. I've had a couple posts out there that talk about, The Last of Us, or any other show that's based off of a video game or an IP.
One.
And I really think that the kick community is poised to bring some real fandom and thought within their favorite IP. How many times do you watch a movie or a TV show, or like, why did they cast that
Paranormal
person?
show. He
Or
ain't ready to
that
die.
person's
What?
voice is not written that way, or it's totally a misalignment from the comic book, or it's total misalignment from the gameplay. It's a total misalignment from the storyline, right? And it's because a lot of these Hollywood studios have deals with directors and actors and producers that want to bring their own style and flavor, which is fine. But I think that there's just a different way to do it. And I think the best way to do it is with the community, that plays the game, that is invested with the developers, that might have done a lot of the beta testing. I mean, there's so much stuff that the community.
I'm wait, I'm kind of confused. I'm kind of confused. I don't fully follow here. Does anybody is anybody following this like to the point they can explain it a little bit? I'm not quite sure exactly what that is. He saying that he believes that the community on Kick can help influence something in terms of production based off of an IP. So for example, let's just say what is it? I don't know. Let's just say The Day Before, the game that died and scammed people. Let's just say that a bunch of people play that game. They play it a bunch, they learn a lot of it, and then now they're wanting to make a movie. The Kick community can kind of support that movie and kind of like help with the production, not maybe not the production, but the development of it, right? The script writing and the casting, and recommend people for casts and stuff. Like, is that what I think that's kind of what he's saying? But I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Very curious.
Influences before IP is even released. So I'm going to pause there. And
is he saying he wants to take the streamers and put them in a show? Well, here's the thing: if there is a show going on about a movie, a show, or something, okay, and it is related with Kick, I don't think it's a terrible idea to have Kick streamers be in the movie. However, it also depends on their talent, right? Like, dude, if they can't act, okay, if they cannot act, then it won't be as good of a show, right? Like, if it's like, okay, the script says like you're gonna walk in the room and be like, hey, what's going on in here? And it's like the person walks in and opens the door and is just like, hey, what's going on in here? It's like, nah, man, put some expression in, open that door and be like, yo, what's going on in here? What are you doing? Like, it puts some expression in there. I don't know. It really depends, man. You got to have the right people who can act. You know what I mean? Streamers put in a show would suck, absolutely suck. Not necessarily though, right? Again, it all depends on the streamer, right? Because some streamers can act, some streamers cannot act. Okay, some streamers cannot act. Hey, I'm walking here. Like, it's just. Can you imagine a bunch of camera hogs put in one show? But again, man, it all depends on the streamer, because not every streamer is a camera hog. You know what I mean? Not every single streamer is a camera hog. Like, I would love to be in a show or something like that, bro. I'd love to, dude. I would love to, man. 100%. And I would try my heart out, and to work on the acting and stuff like that, man. Like, I've never done it before, but like, I believe I can figure it out and I can do it, right? But yeah, like, some people just, no matter how much training they go through, or maybe even not that, maybe it's just like they need a lot more training than another person to do it, right? So if OTK can do it, you can do it. But the thing is that OTK is an event that's produced but it's like a non-professional event, right? It's not like it's a show, but it's not like an actual show. You know what I mean? It's something like that. I am very interested in that stuff. Okay, the stuff that OTK does, huge fan of it. I want that here on Kick. That is so strong. And that's why I really want to try to do something with it. Now, I do have an idea. However, I need to find the proper place, like near me, probably, right? Near me, get a bunch of streamers to come out. We're literally 24/7 live stream. The viewers can control the camera. And like then like every person has their own individual stream of section, right? Kind of like OTK Wild West in that idea. And we do different things throughout 3-4 days, right? Amazing content for all streamers, amazing content for the platform, just really, really good nonetheless, right? Really, really good. But it's a matter of putting it on, right? Like, how do you do it, man? How do you do it? I got connections, but like, I don't know how much. Here's the thing. I have connections, but my connections are like, they're spread out, right? They're spread out all over the place. It's not like they're all in one spot, so that way I could get all the stuff that we're gonna do in one spot, one area. That's a little bit harder, but a bunch of the right streamers, yep, and it could work. Oh yeah, you get a bunch of the right streamers together, and you do it, and you try to do it as professional as possible, and just have some fun with it, make it entertaining, bro. Whew, man. Man, it would do so good. It would be so good to watch, so fun to do. Like it, oh, dude, so good, so good. I think he is saying it's a good platform to improve collaborations between entertainment and products. What he wants, okay, here's the thing. One of the end goals for Kick is that they want Kick to be something that's like, okay, if you don't want to go to Netflix, or maybe you're thinking about going to Netflix or Prime Video or HBO Max or whatever the heck to go watch a movie or a show, maybe you'll kind of throw Kick in there, right? Maybe you'll kind of throw Kick in there, and Kick will be maybe what you go to see if you can find something. Go in there and see if you find something that you enjoy to watch, and boom, tune in, watch it, enjoy it, right? Like that's the kind of goal that Kick has, and that Kick is wanting to do. So yeah, my opinion, there are too many that would be so bad at this. Well, I mean, yeah, there's definitely, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of people that can't really act or wouldn't be that good. They'd try to hog the camera all the time or be too like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm very curious to see what he says though as he continues talking here.
I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on attracting an IP to work with us to release a series of show or a movie.
But like how though? But like how? See, I don't understand. Like, okay, yeah, getting an IP. If we can attract an IP, that'd be awesome. And producing a movie or a show. But what does that mean exactly? Right? Shows and movies are both completely edited, and they're not recorded live, right? So what is the target here? Do you want the episodes of the show, or do you want the movie to air live on Kick? Do you want the Kick community to kind of like involve themselves in the making of the script? Do you want them to live stream the behind the scenes production, which I think would be pretty cool, but it would ruin the movie a little bit, but I think it'd be really cool. I don't really understand exactly what his target is here. I'm very curious.
It starts with the community. Yep. After years of radio, I always wanted to host a game show. I don't know if you remember Playmania, Quiz Nation. Oh yeah, Game Show Network was bonkers.
Dude, I need to do my game show, man. I need to do my game show. This game show would be, in my opinion, one of the biggest things ever on Kick, besides obviously the Sidemen's charity match. But like in terms of like regular game show type style thing, like this, if I get my game show going and I do it, it'd be a great fantastic moment on Kick. My first game show was a big moment on Kick, in my opinion. Like, that was a pretty big moment. I think that was really good. So if I can get my other game show going here, man, oh my, yeah, bro, it's gonna be so good, so good. And I'm gonna work on it a little bit tonight, because I gotta optimize some more code stuff. But yeah, game shows, just say that then. Yeah. In fact, tonight, if I can remember, I'm gonna upload my unedited VOD of my game show to my VODs channel. So in case you're curious to go look at my game show that I produced back in July on Kick, the first like regular game show that was on Kick, and I believe it will be on my VODs channel. I'm gonna hopefully upload tonight, and if I do get it uploaded tonight, I'll publish it. But it's like a 3.5 hour VOD, so it's pretty long.
Well, I think that was a Viacom property, but it's still going strong. Do I already have one in mind? I'm glad you asked. Like, which one should we make? Who should we pitch to? Who can I reach out and say, hey,
Listen, before November, before Arcane season 2 comes out, Netflix and Kick, so that way there people can watch Party, and all you got to do is log into your Netflix account and you can watch Party, and we could sit here and I will literally binge watch all of Arcane season 2 on stream. Please. Sorry.
we really love your IP. We want to start pitching you concepts around it and get a roadmap where we sit down with the Kick community and figure out what this looks like in a long form narrative or a movie. Okay, I'll start with one. I love Friday Night Funkin'. I think Friday Night Funkin's storyline, where this dude is trying to win over the heart of, basically Satan's
Wait.
daughter.
Wait, is he talking about that game? Yeah, that's that. I've seen that game a lot. It's a pretty unique game. Netflix Watch Party would be dope. It would be, man. And again, all it is that it would work the same way as Prime Video on Twitch. In order to watch it in the watch party, you just got to log into your Netflix account, right? It's like an embedded Netflix thing, but it's lined up so that way there you can watch it live at the same time the streamer is, right? Very similar to Prime Video on Twitch, right? It'd be so good, man.
And has to go through a series of
The problem is getting Netflix to partner with Kick in order to implement that, though, right? It would be an issue because you need to have Netflix partner with Kick, and Kick's image right now is still not very good, so it would take some build up. But then again, don't limit it to Netflix. Don't limit it to Netflix. You could, bro, don't limit it to Netflix, man. Reach out to HBO Max, now called Max, but reach out to them, man. Like, you could have multiple different things. Paramount, right? Multiple different integrations. Twitch over there limits themselves to just Prime Video. But what if Kick had interactions with all of these, right? Disney Plus, that would be insanely hard to do, but it would be amazing if they did do it, right? Then people could be like, hey, as long as you have a subscription to that platform, you can sit here and watch Party it with the streamer. It'd be so good, man. It'd be so good. It'd be way above, because, dude, I know I would do it, man. Hey, I'm gonna go eat some food at hamburgers and hot dog, or hamburgers and French fries after I end the stream today. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put something on and watch it. But if I can go tune in to somebody watching a Netflix movie or a series or something, boom, I'll put that on, man, and just kind of eat my food and chill for a second, like, bro, it's so good. So good.
To win her love, just to take her on a date. I think it's hilarious. I also think that it's the same thing that Percy Jackson was going through, right? So that is a concept that's pretty solid that we know works. I mean, it's the Odyssey, right? It's the Odyssey where this dude has to go through a bunch of trials to prove himself to get to where he wants to get, and that format always works. So to me,
Kickstarter needs
Friday
to
Night
get this
Funkin'
man featured.
would be a really fun IP to get a hold of and create an animated series.
Create an animated series. Yo, get me in that, baby. Get me in that. Especially if it's animated, bro, get me in that, dude. Get me in that. Come on. It was so long. F that book. What book? Wait, what?
Or
what are you
even
talking about?
create a you know, a live action series, but I think it's got a good storyline to it.
I think live action with that game storyline, I think would be really difficult. Animated, I think, would be a lot better. Ultimately, I think the main problem here is depending on what style the game is, animated is always going to be better. Okay, like if it's like a Call of Duty movie, no, you could do a lot. You could do a live action, like a real one, right? Squad movie, yeah. But let's say that you're trying to do, I don't know. Do you guys remember Castle Crashers? That game, right? It's like, what are you gonna do for a Castle Crashers? Um, uh live action. How does that even look? Nah, it's better for animated, right? So it depends on like what the IP is really. We've had idea for a while that I never shared with anyone.
Brainstorm. I have an amazing idea that's similar to what you're talking about right now. I'd love to talk to you. Yeah, Sasha Ray, I think what we're talking about here now is like what IPs are out there right now that we could have a lot of
Yo,
fun
J.
with.
Carter,
Like, we
thank you for
could
the
pick
follow,
up the
brother, man. I
phone,
appreciate it, dude. Thank you. I don't know why my
call the
alert didn't go
developer and
off, but
say,
thank you. Appreciate
hey,
it.
we think that you
Welcome
could be
in.
the next
Thank you for the
Last
follow.
of Us. We
Appreciate
think
it. Thank
that
you.
could be the next Arcane. What's up, Tamer?
Arcane. Yes. Come on.
Cooking live competition, cooking show, Gordon Ramsay-esque. If you need help, I have a crew, live stream chefs that would be down. Yeah, hey, you should definitely connect with Whimsy. Whimsy's like our resident cook over here on the platform. Cooking sounds fun. So many concepts. Yeah, I think for me, really just sticking with an IP, right? Like, no matter how big or small, like, you know, God of War or Friday Night Funkin'. You know, Hades. Hades would be an amazing IP to create a series around. It's just such a
Hades would be nuts. I don't know if you've ever seen that game, but Hades would be a ridiculous IP to mess around with. Like that, it would be insane IP to mess around with. By the way, did you guys see the Kick tournament thing? Did you guys see that? Created by Loss. Loss is a part of it, and I think another streamer's a part of it too. But it's like the Kick, I believe it's called Kick Tournament Network, maybe? Kick Tournament Network. Yes, Kick Tourney Net is the name of it. This bad boy right here. They just put this out, and apparently they're going to be doing a bunch of like tournaments and stuff. So I'm very curious. When I seen it, I was interested in I was thinking about maybe reaching out to them and seeing if I could be a caster for them. I was interested to see if I could be a caster for them. I don't know. Would you guys like if I was a caster for tournaments like that? Type 1 in chat. Type 1 in chat if you'd be interested in watching me be a caster for that stuff. Oh, stream died. You talk about that later. Oh, did it? Does he? Okay. I have to check it out. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to check out their Twitter here, I posted in the chat. There you go.
What's up, guys? So I'm getting cooked on the drops. Got to report this stuff. If only there was someone to report it to. The Leeway, thank you so much. Thanks for the host. That's my third host. For the content that I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to listen to you guys big time.
Okay.
I want you guys to tell me everything that's going on within your streaming lives.
111.
I want to get to know you guys as a collective to make sure that whenever I'm talking with folks that I have you guys, you know, top of mind. And I know the one I'm talking about because you're telling me directly in chat. So that's the kind of content you can expect on my channel. I think the second thing that you can expect is I want to start producing IPs and turning them into Kick produced properties. Because what I want to do is I want to bring writers into the chat room. I want to bring casting directors into the chat room. I want to bring the developers into the chat room and let them ask the community front center. As this thing evolves, I want you guys to be involved in auditions. I want you guys to be involved in the writer's room. I want you to be involved in all aspects of the movie making or television show making process. What's up, Kenny Hoops? Man, we got some great folks in here. 26, good to see you. I saw you. I saw you front paged earlier today. That was great. I'm really glad that our team, featured team, found you. See, with
Who
Overwatch.
dis? What do you mean who dis?
Can we play Warzone?
What do you mean who dis?
I'm a fighter. I'm best to just chopping it up with them. I know that they've been approached a ton of times, for sure. But I don't think they've ever been approached with this angle and saying, we want you to bring Overwatch over to the live streaming community and help us produce it, cast it, write it, you know.
I'm not familiar with the man on screen.
Step-by-step process. I mean,
this is Santa Maria, aka Andrew. He is the he was the head of strategic partnerships. Now he's the head of yeah, now he's the head of like yeah. Now he's the head of like the platform or whatever. Or head of like live streaming content or something like that. The heck? What are the dogs freaking out about? What are the dogs freaking out about? What? Bro gained so much weight, lol, and that mustache it does not suit him. Lamal. What? This man's always had a mustache. He shaved it once. Otherwise, like, he's always had a mustache. This man's got, yeah. Little bro, don't listen. I DM him when he first joined Kick for help to promote my charity stream last year. He straight up ignored me. He gets a lot of DMs, though. He does get a gajillion DMs, though.
Movies are developed
Yo,
in
Zale,
like 3
look
or
back.
4 months before they even see a soundstage. And that's just so much content. Also, Overwatch has a storyline. Kind of a little... Say hi to Rolex right now. What's up, Rolex? Is Rolex in here? Yeah, there he is. What's up? Yeah, sporting flannel. It's getting a little colder.
Okay.
Adapt it for live streaming. We want to first start small, right? You know, let you guys fire up, cook up your own ideas, see what we can back, whether they're tournament ideas or, you know, the stuff that you're seeing with, you know, Kick's Got Talent, or what, you know, Dub's Music and Amaze is going to do tonight. You know, the Uprising debuts tonight. So it's going to be amazing to see what they do with that. And us backing that as it evolves, right?
Bro,
Up,
I just
Lumi?
kicked my
So
laptop
Lumi
back. It
up
almost
here.
fell over.
So yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, Luminestra and Brittany Corpse did Kick's
Got Talent.
And
Jinx.
we can't wait to see if they're going to do a second season of that. Because the first one was great. It was amazing. Meg the Hun, I have a crazy idea. Yeah, submit them to that link on kickcommunity.com because I'm going to start pouring through those, and I'm going to start talking about them here. I'm going to start talking about the
Dude, I need to get my idea, man. I need to get my idea going.
You know, this weekend alone, we have Uprising, we have Vegas Inferno
Look at Polly
doing
Sweet.
the Warzone tournament. We have 12
What?
a.m. Clan that's doing a Fortnite trio tournament. Uh, it just keeps building and building. I also don't know if you guys have seen this Kick Tournament Network.
The creator incentive program, first payment. Is that what you're talking about? Is that the tweet that you're talking about? Because yeah, I had seen that. I went over that before. But like, is there anything specific about it? Yeah. Yeah, so basically all this is it's pretty simple. This right here, we'll go over it really quick. It's pretty simple. Basically, every time you stream, you get paid out based on your hourly rate. Now, I don't know if it's an hourly rate per stream or if it's an hourly rate like in total every month it renews. I'm not quite sure, but you get paid out, but you don't technically get instantly paid. That's false. It's misleading. You get instantly paid into your Stripe balance, but your Stripe pays you out at the end of every month. So even though you technically get paid instantly, you don't technically get paid instantly. You only get paid out at the end of every month or the beginning of every month through Stripe. Same time you get your sub revenue is the same time you get your program money as well. So yeah, just want to throw that out there really quick.
So the Kick Tournament Network.
When is it launching? They're launching it slowly right now. So a few people have access to it already right now. And it's slowly over time here. All the partners, first, second, third phase, will have access to it. And then after that, from there, you know, more and more people who meet all those requirements will be able to get access to it and be a part of it. So I don't know exactly when it's launching, but it's continuing to launch, and it's going to be launching here, you know, slowly but surely. Probably, I would say over the next month. I would say maybe.
Work is
He wants to make an
being
Overwatch
built
movie. He wants to
by
he wants to try to get Kick integrated with some IP, okay? Whatever it is, all right? And doing that, they want to do something on Kick, whether that's a movie, a show, or something. Now, with that being said, I don't understand exactly what that means. Does that mean if it's a movie or a show, what are you going to do with live streaming? Like what do you, are you just going to live stream when the show comes out, when the movie comes out? Like I don't fully understand what exactly the idea is behind that. But like game shows and stuff, yeah, I can understand that. That's perfectly fine, right? Those could be live streamed. Awesome. But movies and shows though, those are a little bit more questionable because I don't know what the vision is behind how do you integrate that with live streaming. I don't know.
Kick creators that started a Tarkov tournament like February and March of last year, and then they put together this website to keep the tournaments cooking on Kick. So we've been in talks with them. We've been shouting them out every now and then, but that's what it's all about, right? We've been approached by a lot of tournament organizers that have been doing this for a long time, but we really love how organic this.
Yeah, KTN is doing I think there's a Tarkov thing this Saturday or something like that. I think
Tournament organizations shaping out because it's through the Kick lens.
Interesting.
KTN is crazy. Big tourney coming up. Some of the art crew were talking about live auction with work we prepare live on stream.
Live auction. So yeah, so live auction basically like a bunch of streamers you know, made a bunch of art or whatever, and people do auction. Again, if you are curious about how that would work, OTK has technically already done this for a charity thing, I believe, where they had a bunch of stuff from their stream or people made something and they did a charity stream, and people were able to go through and bid, and it was a live auction right on the stream, right? OTK network did that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a great idea, but let me take it a step further.
Yo, Verna, welcome to the stream. What is the Kick update? They're talking about the creator incentive program, right? The hour getting paid hourly, and just kind of like just stuff like that. We're still kind of going through it and breaking it down a bit.
Razor Red, like the thing that we did with Denny for the bar crawl, or the thing that Xsox is doing to make 133 like posters. They look like movie posters, right? So the idea in creating, you know, movies or television shows or animated series based on your favorite IPs is so that we can get people in like Razor Red to produce the artwork, right? So we can get people like Dubs Music and Amaze to create the soundtracks, right? So that we can get
So, okay, so that's interesting. So basically what he means here is that he wants to see if we can get an IP, partner with an IP, and then like we go through a show, and basically a bunch of streamers kind of help out with that show to kind of put it all together. So people who do sound design, sound mixing and stuff, they would do some of the audio, the music or the audio for it, right? The foley for it. People who do like graphics for it, right? Like we're gonna need posters and stuff, right? People who do posters and stuff for kick streamers, they could do posters for the show, right? People who do animation, right? Animators on Kick who live stream that, they could do animating the movie or animating the show or something. So that's what he's kind of talking about, like taking what would typically be like a studio, and rather than using a studio, you like use a bunch of streamers who do that stuff and work together for that. That's interesting. I'd love to be a part of it. I went to school for or I went to like a technical school for 3D art and animation. I'm a big fan of animation and that stuff. So huge fan of that stuff. And I like managing. So you're going to need somebody that connects them all together, make sure that all the work is on time, and double check the work and stuff, the quality and stuff. That'd be interesting. I'm your guy. No, just kidding. But seriously, I'd be very interested in that. Interesting. I see. I'm starting to hate Twitch because of The Sims and just 99% naked women. Well, there's not a ton of stuff better on here, but yeah. There's not a lot of stuff better on here, but yeah, you definitely see more news about that on Twitch. On Kick, that's kind of like the norm though, a little bit, but uh, they kind of, yeah. Regardless, anyways, welcome in to welcome back to Kick though. Jacob, what up, dude? We making a Kick document series, a docu series, bro. That'd be amazing though too, man. Having like somebody, I'm a huge fan of behind the scenes, right? So Frozen 2, if you go on Disney Plus, there is a full on like 9 episodes or something like that of a documentary of how they made Frozen 2. Okay, now Frozen, cringe. Yeah, whatever. You say what you want, man. But that behind the scenes documentary, I watched it a couple times. It is amazing. There's so much solid information behind the production of movies and animations and stuff like that that you can learn from watching those behind the scenes, that it's nuts. Go on YouTube. I believe it might be on the League of Legends YouTube channel. There is a like 6 or 7 episode behind the scenes documentary of how they made Arcane season 1. Go watch that. If you are interested in movie productions and animations and stuff, it's such good information. Although the Frozen 2 documentary was better than the Arcane, but they're still both really good nonetheless. But you learn a lot more from the Frozen one. But dude, so good. Such good information behind the production of that stuff, dude. So good. So good, dude. Frozen Fire, what do you mean cringe? I don't know. A lot of people say like Frozen is cringe, but I think that I think Frozen and Frozen 2 really kind of push the boundaries of animation, because notice how there's not very many animated movies that deal with snow, because snow is unbelievably hard to animate, right? There's a lot of simulation, a lot of physics going on with snow. That way, so a lot of movies just avoid any ideas that have to deal with snow. And Frozen, Disney just comes out of here like, bro, what are you talking about, man? Let me show you. And they do that. It's crazy, man. Crazy. And you can see Frozen 2 pushing the boundaries again if you watch that documentary. If you're interested in that and you have Disney Plus, I highly, highly recommend you watch the docu series on it. It's so good. Yo, Frank, welcome to the stream. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the heck you just said right there, but that's kind of weird.
get people like Nova Court and Reason who play the game at a high level to come in and talk about storyline, to talk about casting. Um, even working with the voice actors within the IPs, right? And just showing all of that online.
So that's one problem though. Okay. That is one problem. The voicing. The voicing of the characters. Have you ever seen a show or a movie or a game or something make a movie? All right. Or vice versa. You have a show that became really popular or a movie that became really popular and they made a video game. But yet the characters in the video game are not the same voice actors as the characters in the movie, as the people in the movie or the people in the show. The voice actors are completely different. That sucks. It's terrible because why a voice actor's job and an actor, let alone for a show and stuff, are people who kind of bring these characters to life. They give the character this kind of feeling, so for example, it's like God of War, right? God of War, Kratos, okay, boom, like the latest God of War games voiced by Christopher Judge, so good, man. His voice is amazing. But yet they're going to do a live action God of War, and you know who's not going to be Kratos? Christopher Judge, the guy who voiced Kratos, the God of War in the game, who helped his voice help blow that game up a lot. And I'm 100% convinced, bro, when he goes and says, boy, boy, when he goes and says stuff like that, dude, it helps carry the game a lot, in my opinion. It helped so much, right? And yet you're going to do live action and he's not going to be the voice of it. Like, dude, it's just not going to be the same, man. So that kind of sucks for voice acting, right? Because you definitely do want the original people. I hate seeing shows, movies, stuff like that just come out and just like completely ignore it, dude. And like they just have a completely different voice. You're all hyped about it. That comes out, and the voice of the characters is not the original voice actors. And it's like, dude, this sucks. It's terrible, Get over here. Sorry.
And letting chat
Get
weigh in
over
on it.
here.
So I strongly believe that we have an art department here. We have a writers department here. We might even have an accounting department over here, right? We have wardrobe.
Yo, any accountants? Type one in chat. Any accountants in chat? Time to bulk. Yuppy, go be Kratos. Yeah. Time to bulk. Yeah, I mean, I could bulk, dude. I could bulk. Listen, man, 3 months of like heavy training with a personal trainer, bro, you would see a big difference. Okay, you'd see a big difference. All right, you would.
We can attract industry professionals to start live streaming on Kick while they're producing or helping produce the IP that we're developing into a movie or into a television show. And that's the whole point, is that the talent is here. The people who know the storylines are here. They're not in a Hollywood basement. From people who are employed
So I think that's interesting. His target here, he really wants to try to get a bunch of Kick streamers together to produce something, a movie, a show, whatever it is. He wants to get a bunch of Kick streamers together to make it, which I think is a great idea, but I think it's going to be insanely hard. You're going to need somebody who is very, very adamant about managing, okay? Because you need to be able to manage all of the streamers all together in order to keep everything on task and on target and on deadline too, right? Because, hey, listen, man, one thing that streamers love to do, and it's not a bad thing, is extend things. Take something simple and extend it for like 3 hours. Take something that should take 10 minutes, make it last an hour, because that's better content than just finishing it in 10 minutes, right? So you need to kind of like have a manager that's like, okay, hey, listen, we need this, but we need it done by this time here, or by this date, by this time. So by this point here, I want this done. And then by this point here, I want this done. Okay, character design. All right, if it's a 3D show, character design. I want it done by this point on this person. Then we're gonna get it made. We're gonna get all the separate sections made. We need somebody who's gonna rig it. Boom, rig that character. Like, you know what I mean? Go through that kind of stuff. You're gonna need somebody who's like a really good manager.
Just glance at the material, and then try to do their best with it. I was that person, right? I came in on situations where I knew nothing about the lore. And
Ah, Dedge.
for hanging with me, guys. As old as I am, did they find me?
Did they find?
Yeah, this weekend.
What did I just skip
watch
to?
out
Did
for
they
it,
find
guys.
me?
Uprising starts tonight with Amaze and Dubs music. Then we got 12 a.m. Clan, hosted by Covey.
Is there a place I could go and like see all of the like schedule of like upcoming events? Is there some place I can go? Like I wanna go there and like just see on like the side of the website or something that's like, okay, here's all the upcoming events live at this time. Here are the channels that it's on, right? Um, like I want to see something like that because like I don't know. I don't know when it starts. Underground Uprise. He said starts tonight. Uh January 5th, 2023. Guys, sorry, it happened last year. January 5th, 2023. That's a typo. At 7 p.m. EST. And it's on Amaze and Dubs Music right here. Uprise. Right here. Unprecedented music showcase hits kick. Interesting. If I remember it, if I remind myself, then I'll probably check it out. Right? I'll probably check it out if I remember it. But yeah, like this is a cool thing there. I like this banner though. This thing here looks really clean. I like it.
He's going to be doing a Fortnite trio tournament.
Yeah, that's Covey,
Then we
right?
also got Las Vegas Inferno that's going to be doing a Warzone tournament. And I think that their prize pool keeps getting jacked up. And then Levels. Levels and Average Dad are going to be doing a tournament, but that's not going to be until like January 26th. But that one's blowing up too.
We need like, dude, again, man, I need to go to like Kick Community, okay? I want to go to kickcommunity.com. Okay? I want to go here. And I want to go to like something up here that I can click on, and it is like this like vertical system of every event with the time of when it's happening, right? The time of when it's happening, what's up next, right? Like, okay, like for like, see, look at this, right? You have community events here, yes, like view all, but they're not in order, right? So this one here is happening. This one here is happening today at 7 p.m. EST. This one here is happening tomorrow, right? But this one here is behind this one. So I don't know, but like there needs to be like a section that has like all of it, boom, back to back to back. So for example, if you go to let's see here. Let me see if I can get you an example of what I mean. Let me see if I can get you an example of what I mean here. It's kind of something. It's kind of something similar to this ish, right? You see how like on the right side here, there's upcoming events or upcoming matches, right? Like now, obviously, this is way too cluttered, and there needs to be more information for Kick. But like this is still relatively a good idea, right? The closest ones should be at the very top, which for some reason they're not here. But regardless, though, look at this: upcoming matches, 5 days, 7 hours, 5 days, 9 hours. The closest one is at the very top of the list. That way, there, boom, I go to community events here or on the Kick community website, and boom, I can see, I can go to a page, and like, boom, I can see the next event to come out is right there at the very top. I can click it to find out more information. Boom, go into here. There's a very clear indication, not this, a very clear indication of the exact channels it's going to be on, a nice little rundown of what it is, like that kind of stuff, man. That's what I want to see because I want to know, man. I want to know. I want to see that schedule. You know how you can go on like you can go and watch TV and you can like skip hours ahead to see what shows on in like 10 hours from now? Yeah, I want something like that. I want to see. Yuppie for manager type 1, like the wax release calendar. Yeah.
Tamer, you're
Yeah.
gonna be in that.
Wait, the wax
You
release,
guys
are
have
you
got
talking
some great
about
people in that tournament as captains, man.
are you talking about what I'm thinking you're talking about? Is that what
Looking
you're
at
talking
that
about?
shirt, nice. Yeah, this is Loss. For anyone who doesn't know, he's a kick partner in the Kick Creator Incentive Program. He does a lot of GTA RP. He's been doing a lot of Tarkov though, but he's kind of dove into that Kick Tournament Network thing that I was talking about with you guys.
But
And
yeah, something like
he
that.
really segued us talking with them, and bringing in our social media team and more of our team to get to know what it is that they're doing. I just wanted to fire up the stream, discuss my new role,
Is
discuss
there
what's going on with
for
the
those of
Kick
you who
Creator
watch this
Incentive
whole thing, is there
Program,
anything else here? Any
and then
interesting?
really the bulk of this is producing some cool stuff. And I'm going to be coming to you every now and then saying, what IP should we track down? Right now, I got Overwatch 2 on my list. I've got Friday Night.
Overwatch 2. Good luck. Yeah, so look at this website, right? Like you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you got kind of like a rundown of like kind of what it is here. Yeah, something along these lines ish, but obviously better than this because this is just like a plain image, right? But like this would be the goal here would be like full on straight like vertical list here that's got a breakdown of all the events going on, you know. Uh I think would be really, really good. I think there is. I forgot. No, there's nothing
Something
like
on my
that for Kick.
list, but I want to hear more from you guys. And even if I'm not live, just drop it in chat, and I'll go check it out. If you come across an IP that that's cool, that's got a good storyline, it doesn't have to be AAA, guys. It can be just, I mean, like Lethal Company would be a good time, right? Like a Knives Out type of Lethal Company, vibe. Have you heard of Hunt Showdown? No, I'm not.
Oh my God, no, Hunt Showdown would be unbelievably hard to do, man. Hunt Showdown would be insanely hard to do. There is one though called there's a game that I do know of, a smaller indie game thing called Other Side. Right? Called Other Side. It's like a top-down moving thing. Like, yeah, you see it right here. It's like a top-down moving thing, but I think it's very interesting. The art style here is that it's black and white, but there's like a couple colors that like come through, right? And it's got a whole storyline behind it and stuff. I think it's very interesting, right? I think it's very, very interesting. Um, but I don't know how you. I don't even like. I don't know what you would do for any, like. I don't know how you would even do anything for this. Like, how would you make a show or a movie or anything? Like, I don't know what you would even do with this. But like, yeah, I'm not too familiar with the storyline. But yeah.
Not heard of that. Just wondering if mental health podcast will be a
No Hunt Showdown. Bad.
Get Healthy Gamer on here. Hey, listen, work would be happening, right? And I think it would be amazing content.
Ugh.
Can't wait to see you killing your new role. Kicker changing up the streaming game.
Lethal Company's a blast.
Florkowski, you sound like a third string quarterback that I tell to get in and win the game when the chips are down. Get in there.
Lethal Company would be hilarious in real life though, right? Like what if it was like an actual type movie type thing? I think that would be really good in real life. You would just have to find the people who would be able to act for it, and then but like I think that one you could that game you could actually, rather than doing a 3D animation, you could probably do it in real life. But again, the problem is real life is a lot of production.
Flakowski.
But Lethal Company would actually not
Bob,
be
what's up?
a bad idea.
All right, so tell me more about this Hunt Showdown. What's Hunt Showdown?
Oh my god, bro, Hunt Showdown would be insanely hard to produce anything for.
Down. Red Dead? It's like a Red Dead angle?
If you don't know what Hunt Showdown is PvPvE Escape from Tarkov, old Western style is kind of what it is. There's like these monsters and stuff that like zombies and all that kind of stuff. It's all like really dark. Everything's really dark. And you got these old Western guns, and it's Escape from Tarkov, extraction shooter type thing. That's basically what it is. It would be insanely hard to produce anything for that.
The finals could be really cool. I've seen that popping up.
The finals, again, I don't know what you would be able to, like, literally a lot of these ideas, these games and stuff, they would all be like 3D 2D animations, which if you're an animator, you better start doing some content and showing yourself, because if they go through with this idea and they make this idea become something, animators on Kick are gonna go crazy.
It's a heist game. Smite would be dope. Smite would be dope. Smite would be dope. That's a good one because it just borrows on an existing storyline.
Smite is interesting because it has so many different like genres, so many different ideologies mixed together that, again, I don't know how you would exactly produce like a show or a movie for or whatever. You could, but again, yeah, high res.
Okay, so I got Smite, I got Overwatch 2, I got Friday Night Funkin'. I say Left 4 Dead, but zombies are overplayed. Yeah, but but zombies is like perennial, right? Like it's always,
Yeah, Left 4
do
Dead.
it right. I remember when The Walking Dead was coming out, and it was like,
I think what's cool is hear me out. Hear me out. You have like The Walking Dead and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, oh, they're just surviving. No. What if you had Left 4 Dead, except every episode is them going through a level in the game? Okay, so you know how Left 4 Dead, there's different levels in the game, right? And there's an objective. You get in here, you go through, and you escape, right? What if every episode was something along those lines of, you get dropped off here, your goal is to go through this building with the zombies and, go do this, very similar to the game, get to the roof and extract or whatever, right? Get a helicopter pickup and leave, right? Like, what if it was something like that and every episode was a different level? That I think would work out really well. Right now, how would you keep people entertained? Well, it would have to be a lot of acting in the media area and stuff like that, but it's definitely possible.
it's never gonna work. But then they had a guy named Frank Darabont who produced the first 3 seasons of that show, and it was amazing. I'm not saying that it's not that the rest of the 12 episodes or 12 seasons were great, but the first 3 seasons,
they're not good.
of that, you'll see a drop off.
I never watched all like very much of it, but it's terrible. The show's
Frank Darabont
whack.
was there. He absolutely killed those first 3 seasons. And for anyone who doesn't know who Frank Darabont is, he did
make a Kick version of Friends with everyone's live streams,
which is a beautifully told story.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Hunt Showdown also has zombies. I think everyone has a zombie mode, right?
Pretty much.
All right, I gotta start writing this shit down. Night Funkin', an independent.
Lethal Company, man. Lethal Company could.
Apex, do you guys really want to step into Apex?
No. Lethal Company could sort of be done. I think the main problem is finding a location and getting the suits for the creatures done, right? Because you're gonna need a lot of like effects and stuff like that. So like, I don't know. That Georgia Bulldog sign is tough. I need that. Yeah.
Isn't Apex kind of?
Yeah. The Georgia Bulldog sign. Mortuary assistant. Again, a lot of visual effects.
Hunt Showdown. All right, guys, and listen, I'm gonna get more sophisticated with this, right? I'll have Discord up. I might get a whiteboard up in here. Um, but please keep the suggestions coming in chat.
When
Keep
Rocket
hitting me
Leg
up
stream, men,
on the
dude, I've been
Twitter
doing
or on the
Rocket
X
Leg
with these
lately a little
ideas.
bit.
But the idea is that I would love to come back to you and report to you and say, hey, I talked to Blizzard. They told me to go pound dirt. Or I talked to the finals. They're interested. Talk to demonologists. They want to do some sort of animation. But I for real want to pitch the model that the community produces the show. Everything from writing, you guys suggest the writers, you guys suggest the actors to go after. And we start there. We start small. We start with a treatment. We start with a beat sheet. We start with writing a log line, writing a synopsis, putting a treatment together. And all of that is content. All of that is content. It's pretty fun. Valorant, dude. If Riot let go of Valorant to us,
That ain't happening, bro. There ain't no way we're touching anything Riot. That is never happening, bro. Riot, nah. Blizzard, nah. Good luck. We ain't touching nothing of theirs, bro. There's no way. Blizzard is off the ball here. Riot is definitely off there ain't nothing going on there. But yeah. Never home anymore. I never see been busy man. You've been busy with your company and all that stuff. Never really understood Lethal Company. It's kind of just like a game where it's like you get into a map and you got to like grab like these like props and stuff like that. Like you got to grab like a turbine or a generator or something like that, bring it back to the base and then like go and sell it or something like that. It's like I think the idea behind Lethal Company, but then again, I could be wrong. I have no idea, right? I have no idea. Um, I have no clue. So, like, yeah, I think it would be interesting to. I definitely don't think it's a very hard idea to do. I don't think it's an extremely hard idea to do for like a show or recording it or something like that. But I think it'd be interesting. Started running my dad's commercial flooring company, trying to run myself, been building a house and trying at the same time have a good relationship and also social life. Good luck with balancing all that. Good luck. Good luck. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, you're staying busy. I'm sure. I'm sure. It isn't very entertaining, so to speak, in my opinion. Yeah, Lethal Company is entertaining when like somebody like all of a sudden is like screaming, and then just dies. Boom. That's pretty entertaining. But like, yeah.
that'd be nuts. Dota, Dota 2.
Nah, dude. Anything Valve, good luck. No. Valve isn't gonna touch. We ain't gonna touch CS. We ain't gonna touch Left 4 Dead. We ain't gonna touch any of that stuff. It ain't gonna happen. No shot. I think a lot of these problems here is like 90% of this stuff is gonna have to be animated, unless we have some crazy VFX people on Kick, which I don't even know, dude. What kind of artists do we even have on Kick? Because this idea here is gonna very need a lot of artists to do this stuff, right? VFX designers. You need a lot of I would say Blender is I think it would be really cool if we did any 3D animations that it would be through Blender. I think that would be amazing, right? If this became like an actual legit thing, it would be really cool if we could like partner with Blender or something like that, right? Because again, Blender I think is really good. And not very many production companies actually use Blender fully. In fact, the previous full production company that used Blender was Tencent Animation, I believe was the name of it. They shut down, but they were pretty much the only studio that was doing feature films using Blender, right? Using Blender, which I thought was very interesting. Now the only studio that I know is Futhark Studios, who does animations for like Rocket Lag and stuff like that for big productions. like Nerf and stuff like that, they do all their animations through Blender as well. That's pretty much the only studio I know that use Blender anymore. Everybody else is still on the industry standard of Maya and Autodesk, 3ds Max, all that garbage. But yeah, see, Yuppy, I'm off. All right, see you later, John. Thank you for being here, brother man. I appreciate it, dude. Take care. Take care. See you later. It will be very, very, very expensive. Yeah, it's very you you need to be careful with choosing your IP because you need something that is manageable. And if you go for something that is like over the top for the very first thing, I think that's going to be pretty bad. I think you want to do something that is manageable, right? So I think you want to do something that can actually be done in like a simple-ish manner to kind of like nail down the idea and how this would function, right? How this whole thing would function, I think would be a great idea.
Kick Studios be cooking, right? Yeah. But that's the idea here, guys. Um, to 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 evolve how live streaming is, right? Listen, at other places that I worked at, I could never do this because there was already a department doing it. There was always a
Make
mega
a Blitz show
spot doing it,
easy.
and you would run into contracts and
Like a
disagreements
Bioshock
and this and
movie. Yeah,
that.
good luck.
And you can never.
The problem is some of the ones that require IRL, right? Like, you know, being there in IRL requires a lot of work, right? Because you're talking, you got to find a what the heck is it called? Basically the area that you got to film, right? You got to find an area that you have to film, and then you have to you know, get the people there, set up everything, find places for people to sleep. You got to record it all. And then once it's done recording, you got to do all the visual effects for it. So like producing like a live thing is very, very hard compared to animated is not as bad. Okay. It's not as bad. It doesn't require that much as much work, but you know, they both have their pros and cons.
Really let
Is there a max on how long a
the
stream can
IP
go? I
shine.
believe it's 48 hours
There was just too
before
many
the stream
sticking
has to
points.
reset.
There are so much it's all in your head, which I mean is mental, so it's that way. But the way people look at these things.
Among Us, mystery thriller, killers on a ship. I don't know what any of those are besides Among Us. I think Among Us would be very, very interesting. I think Among Us would be very interesting, but again, I don't know how that would work in terms of like IRL. If you're talking animated, of course, there's always way to figure out how animated. Town of Salem. Oh. Oh man. Town of Salem would be very good. And you could 100% do that in real life too. Ooh. Yeah, you could 1000% do Town of Salem in real life. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, Town of Salem could be a live game show. It could be. It could be a live game show, but the problem with it is that Town of Salem, if you have a good match, lasts a long time. Okay, like it will last a very long time. So that's the problem with that, is that it would be a very long game show. But maybe that's not a bad thing. It would require a lot of people and stuff, but yeah, that would be that Town of Salem, honestly, I think would be one of the best things to do because it doesn't require, if you turn it into a show or something, it doesn't require a lot of special effects, right? For the houses, you don't have to have big houses. You can literally get like small sheds or something like that, and that could be the house of the person, right? If the killer, right, goes and wants to attack somebody, right? It's boom, there's a guy with a camera on him, right? You know, walking with him as he goes over and goes in and attacks the person. You know what I mean? Like that could actually be done. That's a very good suggestion here.
That's what my
Luminestra, I read it
downcast is about. I look for
was
creators
the
who
first
I see on
person.
social media and have a connection with to allow them to tell their story.
Surprised Mr. Beast hasn't done it. Yeah, I'm actually surprised because that would be a great idea. Mr. Beast could 1000% do it. I think one of the problems is though with Mr. Beast not doing it is that um it's kind of it's a little bit hard for him to do that because it's like, you know, you got to go kill people and stuff like that, which might not do as good on his channel, but I don't know. But that is a very good idea.
Yeah, so for anyone who came in, I'm also going to be going through the submitted ideas that you guys put through our Kick community page. So whether it's a tournament,
But a lot of this requires a good amount of money. Didn't he do Squid Game though? Yeah, he did do Squid Game. Yeah, technically. Yeah, I guess he did do Squid. I don't know why he hasn't done Town of Salem because that would be a great video actually.
or a show.
Maybe he
like
hasn't
the
thought of it
Uprising that
actually.
Amazing Dubs
Maybe
is
he hasn't
doing.
thought of it.
I need you guys really to spread the word and think about how to transform, mass media content.
So, by the way, I want to throw out here too. I believe next week on Wednesday, I think it's next week on Wednesday, we have the Kick OG podcast, right? We got the Kick OG podcast, and with that podcast, Andrew, I believe, is supposed to be on it. So I'm very curious. I want to dig deeper into this idea because I think it's possible, but I think it's going to be very hard. But like we could come up with some questions to ask him and kind of talk about on next week's podcast because we have that Kick OG podcast and I believe he's going to be there.
With a live streaming angle. Because I personally feel that live streaming is the way that people are going to be consuming media
Jackbox
for
show
years to come. I just don't think that platforms like Twitch and YouTube and Facebook allow for things to breathe, for things to like get scuffed, for things to like evolve, not be so knee-jerk reaction to things. Let's see where things go. Now, if it crosses a boundary, we pull it back, but I think you got to at least let it evolve. I would love to be part of this, brother. Well, you are, Nader Nation. You are a part of this. This is the whole point of kicking off this stream, is to tell you that I'm going to go after IPs and say, hey, our community absolutely loves your game. They follow the storyline. They praise it. They kick holes in it.
Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Succeed, and we want to do something with it.
That would be interesting. Right? I was thinking about that too.
Animation or live action.
Not sure how well that would work though.
That we're not even thinking of, right? But to build it with you guys. Dropped you a follow here on Twitter. Well, because I'm 100% behind the way you're speaking up for something that needs. Yeah. If you're military, join regiment. Yes, join regiment. Join regiment. Regiment GG does amazing things for our veterans here in the States. Imagine if as a community we could host streams similar to Mr. Beast content, like Kick Squid Games. Yeah, exactly. See, now you're taking this to a different level, right? You're thinking about this on a live streaming angle. Someone like me who came up in traditional video production wouldn't think that way.
Looking right now, okay? I'm looking right now. There is nobody, and I mean not a single soul, doing anything like, I mean, like what we would need. You need a lot of 2D animators. You need 3D animators, right? Nobody's doing that. There is not, like at the moment anyways, there's nobody live on Kick that's kind of doing that. There is this one guy, but I don't know what language he is. And he's like modeling an LMG or something in Blender. But are we brainstorming live action or animated? I think the target is both. But honestly, until we get the artist, I think a lot of it is gonna have to deal with it's probably gonna be like IRL.
Think at a 4-dimensional level, but yes. How do we make hosts and raids the mainstream
on YouTube? Yep. What do you mean on YouTube? What do you mean?
Kick Squid Games.
No, I'm looking on the kick categories.
Yeah, it would.
If that's what you're talking about.
Scare me. What what that would look like, but it'd be a
Heyday.
lot of fun. All right, cool. So I do have to end the stream here in a minute, just because I gotta keep doing the whole meetings things and all that good stuff.
3D guy from
But I want you to
Russia.
know that I'm gonna be doing this more on the regular, just chopping it up with you
No, this
guys.
guy's name is like
But I
Space
want you to know
something.
that my
He's live on
focus
Kick right now.
is, you know, trying to further live streaming content, trying to find folks within the Kick community that can bring their creative currency to amazing projects or to spearhead amazing projects. That's really my aim. And I think it starts small with tournaments. It starts small with things like Kick's Got Talent, and then we grow them, right? But the heart and passion is something that you can't train. The roll up your sleeves and get it done is something that you can't train. So, I want to take everyone's ideas. Kick wants to take everyone's ideas. And just because Kick doesn't take an idea doesn't mean that it's the end. You got to keep plowing through all options. But I think Kick can be a place where we just evolve the medium. That's the aim. So really quick on Kick Creator Incentive Program. Tell your friends. I think we got a little bit of backlash where it was like, oh, it's January 1st, nothing's happening. That couldn't be further from the truth. We were cooking day one. Everything that Eddie said in his Medium write up is happening behind the scenes. We're really excited about it. This is totally Eddie's vision. What Eddie says goes, and he totally has a strong grasp on what phase 1, 2, and 3 brought to the table to help evolve this, right? And so we are working with a tight knit group of streamers who are currently testing the dashboard out. And
Considering that a typical like feature film movie production takes 1 year with a team of veteran animators, and veteran everybody in like every single field is pretty crazy, right? So even if you do like a regular show, you would have to do one episode, and one episode of that show would take you probably 4 or 5 months, and that is that well, maybe not 4 or 5 months, but like one episode might take you like 2 months, right? On one episode, and assuming that it's animated, right? Which that is veteran animators. I mean, that is veteran people who are very skilled in what in their expertise. Kick, on the other hand, might not have all that capability, which might mean that like one show, a 20-minute episode of something, might take literally like a year, right? Literally a year. If Kick wanted to do a feature film of an IP with using streamers, doing a lot of work and stuff, you, bro, it would probably take 3 years to make it. To be honest with you, it'd probably take like 3 years. So that's why it all depends on the idea. You need an idea that can actually be done. You need to your idea behind this needs to be something that can actually be done. And you need something small, really small to start with, to get proof of concept, to make sure that this idea can actually um happens, right? Not if Eddie unleashes fake money, he could buy anyone and anything. But that's the thing is that that's not their goal. Their goal is that they want the streamers to do it. Sound designers on Kick who are live streamers who do that stuff are the ones who would be doing it for the show. Animators would be animators who are live streamers. People who make posters would be graphic designers who live stream on Kick, right? Like they want streamers to do a lot of it, the script writing, like all that kind of stuff. Um, like Kick wants that kind of stuff to happen, right? Hope Kick 2.0 comes out this month at least. I hope so too. P from indie games that could be cheaper. Yeah, it would have to be an indie game would be the very first thing that we would do. Right? You would want an indie game at first, and you would want something that if it is in real life, you don't want a lot of visual effects. You want a lot of camera angles, basically. It would be like the main thing. You don't want a lot of visual effects. Um you need something that is manageable, right? You don't want to do an animation right now. Literally, I don't think Kick could do. There's no artists. There's literally no artists that are animators on Kick. Okay, there's nobody. Okay, nobody. I don't know who knows how to animate on Kick, but I don't think there's that many people. Okay, like I can animate, but I'm not that good. Okay, I'm saying I haven't like done it like crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not like a main animator. So like, yeah. I need to work on brand image first before funding anything. No, I don't think they're gonna do that though. They're not gonna worry about like their brand image or anything like that. They're just gonna go straight into they're just gonna go straight into like trying to get something to happen. Right. And then somebody will eventually, someone, okay, an indie dev and something like that will eventually be like, okay, yeah, let's do it, Kick, let's do it, and then go through and then see if Kick can prove themselves. It's going to take a gajillion years for Kick's image to become better. Maybe it will at some point, but it's going to take a long time and a lot of stuff that proves Kick. So, yeah. You have to get like a year of stuff ready to go. Yep. Then we need early access to a game that hasn't come out yet to work on it so it's ready when the game is still relevant. Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. The Forest, easy, cheap, live action. Uh Yeah, the forest could maybe work. It could maybe work. Yeah, it could maybe work. PUBG show could be interesting. That would be pretty hard to do, a PUBG show. You're talking you need to find a place that is like a lot of land and a lot of and like you can get vehicles and stuff like I don't know. It'd be very hard to do.
Kudos to Polly's team for creating that dashboard and the UI that you guys are absolutely going to love. And it's going to put a lot of power at your fingertips so you can check out how healthy your stream is, what's working,
It could have been Dead Drop if Doc didn't reject the deal. That's true. That is true.
what's not working, how
Could have
you
been
can
Dead
adapt
Drop.
your content. But more
But
importantly,
I don't I think here's the thing. I think Dr. Disrespect, like if Andrew pitched that idea to him that like, hey, let's make a show or something like that about your game. Right? Let's get a rough idea going. Let's get something going here. I think Dr. Disrespect would just laugh when Andrew says, yeah, the goal is to have the streamers participate in it. Nah. I think he would laugh. Dr. Disrespect is more interested in uh he would much rather pay for like professional people, like I'm talking like top of the line people. Basically he would much rather pay them to do it rather than like have a bunch of Kick streamers you know, producing it, putting it together, you know what I mean, doing that kind of thing. I don't think he would do it. I don't think so. I do not think so. I don't think so. For that perspective, yeah, yeah, no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't punch. What the heck is that? Yeah, he wouldn't. He just wouldn't, dude. He wouldn't. Oh, by the way, guys, by the way, the link's in the chat. Click that link. New YouTube video is out now. I mean, it was out like an hour ago. But yeah, new YouTube video is out now. Go take a look at it. Go take a look. It is really cool. I think you'll enjoy it. It's like it's 9.5 minutes, but you won't regret it. Okay, so go watch it right now. It's in the chat. Go watch it. Look up Paunch.
how you can make a line of revenue
Go give it a
through the
like.
Kick Creator Incentive Program. That's one thing
Go give the video a like and a comment so it helps me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I want to hone in on, right? This is an
Oh my God.
incentive program. This is a revenue stream for you to grow. You know, you're not going to go out and buy a Maserati on day one. However, I have not seen a cap to how much you can make hourly
The
in this
heck?
program.
What is this game? Is I think I've
The
seen this
last thing
game
I'll kind of
before.
say about the Kick Creator Incentive Program is, if you bought We Know, don't do it, please. If anyone tells you that they can help you inflate their numbers, don't do it. It's just not a genuine way to grow your
Yo,
channel.
bro,
You're
listen, I got an
building.
email saying that they could help me get my numbers and chat interaction up. Type 1 in chat if I should do it.
At the end of the day, it's weird
Show
performing
the
the bots.
game.
Just strange.
This thing here.
But yeah, it's kind of what I got.
It's pretty
Like I said,
Yeah,
I'm going to be
great
doing more
game.
of these broadcasts, but keep the energy coming, guys. Thank you for the hosts.
See what he says here.
Thank you, Razor Red. Thank
Launch
you,
the
Shot
movie.
Baby. Thank you, The Leeway.
What would you even do, man, in
What I
that
really
movie,
like
bro?
about this chat right now is I got OGs in here from Reason, Loss, The Leeway, I got Razor Red up in here, Mikey, I got Staff in here. It's just,
Mikey.
this is a great mix, massive mix, and this is what it's all about. I want to be transparent as I can with you guys. Tell me when I suck. Tell me when I'm going down the right path.
I think, okay.
I don't take anything personally. Live streaming is emotional, and I get that. We get that. But what I do know is that live streaming has been slept on for a long time.
I think
either because the people who know what live streaming is have suppressed it. How am I going to do this authentically? How am I going to own that for a very, very long time? With programming, with saying like we're going to start off with Dub's music, then we're going to end with 12 a.m. clan tournament.
Okay. I think here's the thing. Okay. I think this is a good idea. However, I think it's going to be insanely hard. I don't know. Like, even if you get your hands on an IP, you need to kind of figure out, like, first of all, how do you get streamers involved in it? Okay. Like, what are you going to do? Make a post and be like, hey, if you are an animator, a 3D animator, we are partnered with Among Us to make an Among Us show. If you are interested, then like come and stream over on Kick and apply here. Right? Like I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like the problem is you got to find enough people to do something, and you need to make it that it's something that are whatever you're going to put together, it needs to be something that is manageable, something that can actually be done. It's feasible. Not being like, okay, hey, yeah, the IP says they want a feature film. Let's do a feature film. Nah, man. With the start of this idea here, bro, it's gonna take like 5 years before that anything even comes out about it, dude. It's just not gonna happen, right? You need to have enough people and the proper people together to make something like this happen. And I think especially with streamers, you need to have people who are a people or a person that is insanely good at managing. Okay, you need a ridiculously good manager. You could buy a script. They don't want to buy a script. They what they would do is that they want to they want to like write the script. They want the community to recommend people to write the script, and then the script, like, everything's done on stream from like everything's done on stream from like scratch. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's their kind of idea here. I think it's really interesting though, and I'm very curious to see how this is going to go and where this is going to go. So, yeah, interesting.